With no job, no college degree, no money, and no connections, I couldn't stay in the big city. So I had no choice but to return to my hometown. What's life like for a young person living in a remote rural area of a developing country? Hello everyone. My name is Dang. I'm 26 years old and I'm currently living in Cà Mau, the southernmost province of Vietnam, where I was born and raised. I grew up in a poor family. After graduating from high school in my hometown, I moved to Ho Chi Minh City to attend college. However, after just 1 year, I had to drop out because my family could no longer afford it. From then on, I started working to support myself. I worked as a waiter, a retail sales assistant, and later as a ride-hailing driver. Without a college degree, the only jobs I could find paid around $200 to $300 a month. But the cost of living in the city was about $200 a month, so I simply couldn't afford to stay. After living there for about 4 years, I decided to return to my hometown and be with my family. Life didn't change much after I returned to my hometown. I still didn't have a stable job, but the cost of living was much lower than in the city. Food and daily expenses were far more affordable, which took a lot of pressure off my shoulders. On the way to my home, let me tell you a little about it. It's actually not a remote or hard-to-reach place like the mountain regions. It's only about 300 kilometers from Ho Chi Minh City. Across the river are houses along the riverbank, and right in front of those houses is National Highway 1A, the most important highway running through Vietnam. There's also a rural road in front of my house, so getting around is quite convenient. It only takes about 10 minutes by motorbike to reach the city center. There aren't many factories or industrial areas around where I live. There are lots of trees, the air is fresh, and the environment is clean. With all of these things, I think this is a pretty nice place to live. In front of my house, there is only a small garden. I grow a few kinds of fruit and vegetables, such as corn, wax apples, mangoes, longans, and cucumbers. There are also some flowers that bloom during the Lunar New Year, like marigolds and apricot blossoms, as well as moss roses. The area around my house is mostly open land, so during the rainy season, the grass grows very quickly. In just about a month, it can grow more than a meter tall. Unlike in many other places, especially in big cities, the people living around my house aren't strangers. They're my relatives, and we're very close. These are the homes of my uncles, who are my mother's brothers. You could say this whole area is like one big family. And this is my home, where I live with my parents and my siblings. It was built about 2 years ago and cost around $15,000. My whole family contributed to building it together. It's a pretty simple house, and this style of home is very common where I live. As you walk through the front door, you'll enter my family's living room. This layout is also very common where I live. There's a wooden sofa set for relaxing and welcoming guests, an electric fan, and a TV. This is also where I usually work from home. It's my favorite place to relax, enjoy a cup of coffee, or watch the news. Further inside is the central area of the house. There are 2 hammocks here. They're something you can find in almost every Vietnamese home and are an essential part of daily life. They're almost as important as a bed. You can lie in a hammock, gently swing back and forth, relax, or even take a nap. It's very comfortable and convenient. This area has 2 bedrooms. They're not very large, but each room has a bed, a mattress, and an air conditioner. The weather here can get quite hot during the summer, with temperatures reaching up to 35 degrees Celsius. Just a few more steps and you'll reach the back of my house, near the kitchen. This area is where my mother does her sewing. There's also space for storing everyday household items, a bathroom, and the bed where I sleep every night. This is part of my current job. I work as an affiliate marketer on an e-commerce platform. These are some of the food products that brands have sent me to make promotional videos. The job is quite simple and gives me a flexible schedule, so I really enjoy it. The downside is that the income isn't stable and changes from month to month. Last month I earned about $300, but this month I've only made around $170. This is the very back of my house, but I'll talk more about it later. For now, let me show you the backyard. There are a few large jars used to collect rainwater for daily use. Farther back, you'll see lots of trees. Most of them are fruit trees. Further out in the distance are large ponds used for shrimp and crab farming. This is the main source of income for most people living here. On this side are my family's ancestral graves. We usually build small roof shelters like these to protect them. Now, let's go back inside and take a look at the back area of my house. This is where our kitchen is, where we cook our daily meals. There's a water purifier, a place to store cooking utensils and seasonings, a space for washing dishes and preparing food, a place to hang clothes, a dining table where we eat our meals together, and a refrigerator. This is also the main place where I film the daily cooking videos featured on this channel. These are the simple, everyday meals that my family eats. Some of the dishes are well known as part of Vietnamese cuisine, but I believe many of them will be completely new to most people watching this video. I film everything with real scenes and real sounds to create a relaxing viewing experience. While cooking, I'll also add captions showing the ingredients used in each dish. So if you're curious and would like to try making them yourself, you can easily cook them at home. That's the main purpose of this channel. If you enjoy delicious food, love discovering new dishes and different ways of cooking, want to learn more about Vietnamese cuisine, or are interested in everyday life in Vietnam, please subscribe to the channel and join me in my future videos. Thank you all so much for watching.